Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to share with you my recipe for Studio Ghibli themed shaker cookies featuring Totoro, CALCIFER, and no face. These can be made without special cookie cutters. The recipe comprises of 3 components. Let's start with the sugar cookie. Start off by combining butter and sugar in a bowl. Mix until it is fluffy. This takes about 2 minutes. Add in the egg and vanilla, then mix until it is well incorporated. Add in the flour, salt, and baking powder. Swap to a spatula to finish mixing the batter. Wrap the dough in plastic wrap and refrigerate it for at least an hour. This next part is for those without special Ghibli cookie cutters. Print out the shape you want, place a piece of parchment paper on top, then trace shapes using a Sharpie. My cutouts are about 5 by 7 centimeters tall. Using scissors, cut out each shape. Lightly flour your work surface, then roll out your dough. Cut out your shapes as usual if you have a cookie cutter. For those without cookie cutters, we will use the parchment cutouts earlier as a tracer. Make sure the Sharpie side is facing up. Using a knife, cut around each shape. When complete, remove the parchment and you'll have your cookie. Repeat this process with the other tracers. If you find the dough softens, stick it in the fridge for 10 minutes to let it harden. Once the shapes are cut, I recommend refrigerating the dough for 15 minutes before proceeding to the next step. Now, we will cut out holes in the cookies for the candy glass. Go with whatever shape you want. Repeat this process with half of the cookies, leaving the other half untouched. Refrigerate the cookies for another 30 minutes, then bake at 375 for 10 to 12 minutes. When the cookies are done, start on the sugar glass. Add water, sugar, and corn syrup in a pot. Keep it on a medium heat and stir often. This will take 10 to 15 minutes. Don't rush the process, we don't want it turning yellow. Have a thermometer on hand and cook it until it reaches 300 Fahrenheit. Once it's ready, immediately pour it into the cookies. If you find you spill some on the cookies, carefully remove it with a knife. They start to set quick, so work fast. The final step is the royal icing. Mix the egg whites until it is frothy. Then add in vanilla and slowly add in the powdered sugar. Mix on a low speed. Once all the sugar is added, go to a higher speed and continue to mix until it turns stiff and glossy. Separate the icing and dye into your desired colors. When it comes to decorating, I like to outline the cookies then fill it in. Use a toothpick to fix any imperfections and pop any bubbles that may appear. Set it aside and let it dry slightly before adding the other features. Check the cut out of the cookie with the uncut cookie to determine where to place the suits. Then using black, draw on suits. We want the suits to stay put and only have the star sprinkles move. Use a toothpick to help create the details on the soot. Draw on the arms and legs. Add a touch of white for the eyes. For the pupil, put a dab of the black icing on a piece of parchment. Then use a toothpick to dot on the eyes. Now that the gray icing has had some time to set, draw on eyes and the other features. Use icing to create a barrier around the cookie. Try to go around at least a couple of times so it is tall and there's room for the sprinkles to shake. Let it dry. Go over the barrier one last time, then stack the cookie with the candy glass on top. Leave it aside to dry. Repeat this process. For CALCIFER, we want to create an ombre-like effect for the fire. Starting with the yellow, start filling the cookie around the mouth. Swap to an orange and fill in some more of the cookie. When that's done, go to a darker orange. Use some brown for log. Fix any imperfections with a toothpick. Let it dry slightly before piping on eyes. Next, let's make some icing transfers. On a piece of parchment, draw some fried eggs. Start with the egg whites, then place some yellow on top. Make enough for all the calcifer cookies. Set these aside to dry. Repeat this process for bacon and any other items you want inside the shaker cookies. Draw a barrier of icing around the uncut cookie. Place the icing transfers from earlier inside. Then stack the cookies together with more icing. Lastly, we have no face. Using white, draw a circle and fill it in for his face. Let it dry slightly before grabbing some black and fill in the rest of the cookie. Once again, draw an icing barrier on the uncut cookie. I felt a frog was a good choice to put inside no face. See the clip on screen if you don't remember what happened. I went with little pieces of gold to go with the frog. And there we have it. Ghibli-themed shaker cookies. A bit time-consuming, but well worth it. These are some non-shaker cookie options. The royal icing transfers are stuck directly onto the sugar glass. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.